All right, what is up, 5'9" gamers? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video on the channel. And today, we are going to be discussing the Tournament of Power character tier list that came from me in my Discord in my stream. And I am not alone here. I am, of course, joined by the TOP aficionados, Azdeek and Noctis. What is up, guys?
Yo.
Yo, what up, man? How you guys doing, man?
Well, so far, so good. Let's see how it's after this video when you guys tear me to shreds for this tier list. Before we go, at first, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would help a lot, and of course, show what you guys like and what you want to see. Also, feel free to comment down below your opinions on this tier list, and keep in mind that this is our opinions and this is a character tier list. So we're not looking at the teams. So if a character is really good, but he's on a bad team, the character is still high in this list. And we do not consider their capabilities as an opponent. And that's important because some of those characters that we put in E tier are actually Z tier opponents. But we will get to that later. And with that said, let's jump in. Let's start with the units in Z tier. And lots of those units have one thing in common. Can you guess what it is?
Heals.
A yearling.
Yes, sir. So the only unit that does not heal in Z tier is Bootanks. And yeah, in my opinion, Bootanks is actually one of the best units because he shoots out a special move turn 1.
Yep.
And especially with the is so broken, especially with the latest friendship rank update. Get him to friendship rank 10. Get him 5% more on all stats, including Ki Restore. And Ki Restore determines how which character attacks first. And if he attacks first, you can just kill a red unit. And most of the times, if you're playing Regen, that's going to be Red Heat Dome Trunks because he gets extra damage against Regen.
Yep.
And what that means is your opponent has one last turn to damage you also because the unit is already gone.
Exactly. Which is why you want to get the dangerous units out of the way first. Especially since your points are calculated based on how much damage you receive, not how much damage you deal. And that's also why healers are so important. Aside from that, healers are important because you don't want to use a healing tile because every 5 battles you get a huge bonus for consecutive streak. If you use a healing tile, the streak is not broken, but it's postponed and you do miss out on this big juicy, is it 250% or 200% bonus? I think 250, right? On the very last fight.
Yeah, I believe
it's a really
so.
damn high point amount. Yeah. It's worth it.
Like, you get about 5 million points on the last fight alone if you do not heal. So that's why healers are in Z tier. And in my opinion, Baby, I think, is the best of the healers because he heals every turn.
Yep.
Kid Boo's decent. I think he heals once. And so do Vegeta and I believe Android 18 as well, right?
Android 18 heals every turn.
She heals every turn? Never mind. I stand corrected. I don't use androids that much anymore.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, their heal works a bit different though. Like for some you need to be on the spots. For Angel Vegeta you don't need to be on any spot. He just AoE heals, but he heals less. Yeah. So yeah, they have like different capability of healing.
That is true. And I mean, and also some healers heal specific tags, like Baby heals GT and Regen, whereas I believe 18 doesn't care because I've seen people play 18 with hybrids.
Yep, it's pretty dirty.
You know, you play her with Bluhan. You let her heal Bluhan, and Bluhan takes all the damage in the first turn, so she can't get focused. Kind of works. So is there any unit that you would not put in Z tier or that you're missing in Z tier, in your opinion?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, I feel like since I do use androids a lot, I feel like my androids is probably like my best TOP team. I would probably put 17 up a little bit higher. Maybe breaking into Z tier, maybe. Just because of the 17? Fact. Yeah, just because of the fact that he is so clutch when it comes to like especially if I'm pairing him up with someone like that Blue 21. You know how the Blue 21 actually increases the special move charge rate and stuff like that as one of our uniques, one of our many uniques. And once you do get that blue card built up, and if you're on that special tile space where you can upgrade it to the ultimate, you're just basically paralyzing like so many people on the enemy field, right? And then you also got that cover on the blast, or well, not the cover, but he basically just eats blast, right? And whether it be, I've had him even eat like Bootanks is like blue card. I don't know why Bootanks is targeting 17, but he's eating blue cards from him and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. I really like that unit a lot. He's just always one of the main units I have to bring. I end up usually having a ton of greens on my Androids team, but Super 17 stands out the most.
All right. Noctis, what about you?
Fair point. It's a really damn good question. I mean, Z tier for me is like you have to bring them to survive, and that's the case for most of them in there already. And to be honest, the rest you don't like need to have them on the team. I mean, for the Bootanks, you have to have them on region, that's no doubt. But the rest, like, it's not like a must-have on the team. You know what I mean? So
fair enough. So you can exchange them for a different one.
I don't see anyone really stand out to be like a must-have Z tier unit for the TOP. So I'm pretty good with what I see on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, let's go and sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say one thing that I wanted to say before we move on to the next tier is that Bootanks, not only is he Z tier for your team, bro, he's Z tier on the enemy team too. Like, that man is just absolute. I avoid him at all costs.
He's double Z, man, no matter where.
Yeah, he's cut above the rest, man.
Yeah,
built different.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless it's PvP, but whatever.
He's also built different, like a league.
Yep.
So let's have a look at SS tier, and SS tier starts out with Android 21. Yep. And I think we put Android 21 super high because she is extremely. It's like she's like the best supporter probably, because she supports all the different tags that she also supports in her usual uniques. Like, first of all, 15% to special move gauge rate for all allies in range, and those are 4: left, right, front, and back. And gauge rate for androids, key recovery for regions, 20% to damage inflicted by girls, and restore HP by 2% for transforming warriors, so all 21s. I think the Piccolo is considered a transforming warrior that is also in SS tier, and others. So she is just an overall great supporter. She also debuffs the opponent, inflicts minus 20% to health restoration, and 20% to damage received, so you kill them faster. Overall, super good unit. She's just not SS tier because she's a bit more situational. So transforming warriors is not, the super broad, or it's not, you won't have a full team of transforming warriors that are also tier 1. But then we have Bojack, who gets a guaranteed special turn 2 when he transforms. We have the Piccolo, who gets a guaranteed special turn 3. We have Super Saiyan 2 Revival Gohan, who, first of all, he revives, does a crap ton of damage, and he heals 1%. I think it's 1% for hybrids in movies. Then we have the legend Bergamo with the bubble shield. Extremely tanky, super annoying to deal with as opponents well. We already talked about Super 17. We got Android 16 here, which I know is going to have we're going to discuss in a second. Who has the cover change that is unconditional. Well, it's conditional on a blast card, but not on 30% or lower HP. He's super tanky. He has the Zenkai stats. And then we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Broly. Super Saiyan 3 Goku being a cover unit, plus he's eating a blast as well. And Broly having the bubble shield, and both of them have Zenkai stats. So this kind of rounds out SS tier for us. Anything you would change? Noctis, go ahead.
I mean, there are like many characters that can super. Goten is also like a really damn good character. He could be arguably at the end next to Broly on the SS because he can do so much for the team.
Yeah.
Also, the God Vegeta, he can be so damn good defensively, covering you.
Wait, the yellow one?
Yeah,
the red-haired one.
Yeah, exactly. He can be pretty damn good. But yeah, they're not like really outstanding to be on top of that SS list, but I mean there are some niche things, but they are not like in the broken aspect that they will secure you the win or something like that. So I'm actually pretty fine as well when it comes to that.
All right. What about you, Asdi?
I like this too. I like it a lot, especially seeing a lot of androids in there, right? A lot.
Yeah, there's
all
3
really
androids
good.
there, 1 android in Z tier.
Yeah, so Android's looking pretty thick right now, and I would say one thing is that I think Bojack, that red Bojack, could be Z tier if his Awakens Arts was able to kill in this game mode. I think they should have just gave him that. But
I agree 100%.
yeah,
But yeah, the Android
Alright.
16 though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he covers you, takes some damage, and he can do decent strike. But I could see him being an S, like top
Fair.
S.
Fair enough. I mean,
That's the
also
only
this
thing.
list
I'm
this
sorry.
list is kind of a relative list, so technically you could string them all together and they're kind of, we try to make it so that the unit on the left is better than the unit right of it. So if like the top S tier unit could also be like the lowest SS tier unit, but we had to just make an arbitrary kind of border somewhere.
I mean, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, S tier. Any units that stand out for you that should or shouldn't be there? Because we're not going to talk about all of them now. The tiers are going to grow.
Bluhan for sure. The Zenkai Bluhan. He's one that
he's there.
immediately stands out to me. He's amazing. Like I think even like an argument could be. I feel like most hybrids teams that are being ran today typically consist of having him in it, right? I feel like a lot of people just use him, and like how you said, there's that wonky formation that a lot of people have started using recently, where it's the Android 18 with him that's able to just constantly get those hills. Goten's obviously on that team as well. People even use the Revival Gohan on that team too, so you're getting kind of like double hills, right? It's pretty dirty. I feel like he's honestly like a main part of hybrids at this point. I could honestly see him being placed higher. Maybe not breaking into SS tier, but higher in the S tier itself.
All right.
I'd be kind of scared to use him though because he will take so much damage, and he gets prioritized by literally everyone on the first turn. So it can be scary.
Yeah, I think
I'm not a fan of those units like Topo and him because it can be so risky. Like I don't know, not a fan myself.
It can be risky. I think you have to just know like when to use him right, because I know some people that do use him, if they just know that they're going up against a fight that has a lot of greens on there, or like just 2 greens in general, like they'll just end up benching both him and the Android 18 for whatever they have on the bench, and then that way it mitigate some of that damage a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's why what many people use it like. Other units that could stand out. So first of all, the top units, Goten gives you a guaranteed super turn 2. He could be considered SS tier. It was been like a tough decision where we put the line. He also has incredibly high key recovery.
Yep.
It's I think 2,582 after transforming without friendship levels, and you get 5% more after you get him to rank 10. Plus he supports the team. Ella Frieza is kind of the same. Where he covers the entire field against strike cards as long as the unit is Frieza Force, and gives really good support as well. And then we have a lot of units that actually do crazy damage or heal themselves. Like for example, Kid Buu heals. We have Ella Frieza who heals himself after his health is below I think 60% or so, similar to PvP. Full Power Frieza is crazy because if he eats a blast card, he will use his green card. And afterwards, he will special. Like the next attack is going to be a super.
Yep.
So as an opponent, I would say he's a Z tier unit. And I think he also heals himself a little bit. We have Champa and Beerus who inflict cannot attack in turn 2. And all those kind of units. And I believe you said, Noctis, that Gogeta, the Super Gogeta at the end of S tier, you feel like he's a little too high?
Yeah, his kit seems really damn good, but when you play him, he's such glass. He explodes. Even when you have SJ3 to Zenkai bench him, he literally explodes. And his blast does decent damage. His super is obviously good, but it seems better on paper than it really is. That's also a huge fact. The niche thing is that he literally inflicts the opponent with cannot attack on turn 3.
Yeah.
But other than that, on paper he seems better than he is in reality.
Right, but he also gets a special move in that turn.
Yeah, he also gets a special move, yeah.
Right, and 50% to next special move damage inflicted, so I guess
yeah,
we put him there
really
for
damn
damage.
good, but he doesn't hit that hard. I can
Yeah,
tell
if you have low stats, then 50% of nothing is still nothing, right? But I guess we
I
looked
run
at the
him
kid.
like 10 stars, I think, and I wasn't surprised.
Dude, my Gogeta is
Didn't do
only
that
7
well.
stars.
Yeah, don't run him with those stars.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that about the Super Gogeta, because that's exactly how I feel about the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. I feel like they just get folded. I feel like they just get folded so badly, bro.
Bro, that's funny. I was going to talk about them as well. I was like, why are they there?
So I guess the reason for putting them there is, and I'm trying to pull up their kit right now, is the support that they give to the team. So if we look at the uniques, they give 30%. Okay, that's themselves. They give 20% to damage inflicted for allies, and they get 50 key recovery, and they also get a damage cut for 2 turns and nullify all the attribute downgrades and stuff like that. But I guess mainly it's because of the support, the 20% to damage inflicted, because that can help you kill a unit or leave them alive. Which is also why I go, like, as an opponent, I kill them rather early.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're low S. I could see them high A. Those lines are pretty fine, but yeah, I think that they're still good units.
Yeah. I think it's one of those units that actually does have like a good kit, but they're just stats like in the game itself, like they just get melted like so easily, because I remember using them a while back on Asaga's team. And I wanted them mainly because I was just like, oh, dude, I'm going to go run double strike and blast defense, right? Because the Bojack and then plus this guy right here. And I was just like, dude, my team's never going to die. And then they got folded like in the first 5 fights. And I was like, oh.
Rip.
Yeah, I was so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also has very high key restore speed, which is something you also you need to take that into account, because we had that stupid fight just today with Bluhan, Goten, and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, which, both of those special in turn 2, and Gohan taunts you, so you need to kill that Gohan first. Then you can only kill the special units, and they both have very high key restore, so you need to factor that one into as well. If you want to kill those early, or you don't want to outspeed them turn 2 in order to, attack them before they actually special move.
Yeah.
All right, any other units?
I think, honestly, an argument that could be made for one of the units that does stand out for me is that Bardock could easily get moved up to SS tier if and only if his kit let him just buff all Super Saiyans, because it's literally just one block, right? Just one block that he buffs with the Super Saiyan buffs.
Oh, the one below him.
Yeah, the one below him.
Yep.
So if he did like multiple blocks, like maybe all the blocks is definitely too much to ask for, but like multiple
like 2
blocks,
or
like
3.
Yeah, then I think he could be easily SS tier for like a Super Saiyans team.
Yep.
Yeah, he's damn good, yeah.
He's really good. And I mean, we put a lot of Zenkai units in there because they also obviously profit off of the Zenkai stats. Because, extra Z ability, extra stat buffs because of the boost tiles and all that stuff. And tankiness is the most important thing, or survivability is the most important thing in TOP. You don't want to heal, you don't want to take damage because you lose points. All right, let's look at A tier. A tier is quite big. Yeah, we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at the top of A tier. I think there was a heavy discussion, especially about MVP 17 as well. Some people still think he is placed too high. And I remember Absolute Zero saying, yo, DKP needs to go into E tier, because I think for him, he was very squishy and he died like super early.
Yeah. Yeah, he is pretty squishy.
And we also have the new units in A tier. We have Kale and Caulifla in like the top of mid A tier. So 3rd row. And God Topo is a little bit lower. He's just ahead of Demon King Piccolo. And the reason why Kale and Caulifla are better is because they just have the more versatile kit. They get Key Restore, they get uncancelable damage, they get uncancelable damage cut, and they also get super special move gauge, 30%, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, what units do you see where you're like, yeah, they definitely belong there, or they should be somewhere else? What do you think?
You want to go first, SD? Or should I?
Nah, I'll let you take it.
Okay. So, first, the movie Vegeta. Why is he only A tier? He's so much better.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The purple one?
He is so damn good. Yep.
He is really good.
The purple movie is Super Saiyan 1. He is so damn
Yeah.
good. He's like a
Yeah, I
must-have
remember
on the Saiyan team.
We discussed that as well. Yeah, he restores HP by 10%. He gets 50%
Twice
damage.
each time he gets it.
It's on special activation, right? If health is below 75% at the end of the turn. So yeah. And then
Also, he has like a double defense buff for Saiyans. That's also pretty damn good on the Z ability.
fair enough.
Like overall, he's such a good unit.
He really is.
Wait, are we talking about the same Vegeta? I don't think we're talking about the same Vegeta right now.
The movie
which one
one.
are you?
The purple one, right?
The purple movie one.
From the Cooler
Not
movie?
the Super Saiyan 2, the Super Saiyan 1 from the Cooler
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, because I was
Cooler
like,
movie.
wait, I was looking at the wrong at the wrong Vegeta.
You're
I was
looking
like,
at the
wait, what?
purple Super Saiyan 2, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not
Oh,
that
this
guy,
one.
The movie guy.
Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah.
running him right now.
He is damn good.
Yeah, I think we put him in A tier because of his what. This one thing is, if at least one ally is defeated, it's kind of useless.
That's whack,
You'd never
but the rest? Ooh, the rest
40%
so
to
good.
strike, 40% to key, and then if there's an allied Goku remaining, which is also kind of situational, especially on a movies team. I don't have a Goku.
Damn.
Damn, dude.
But yeah,
On a Saiyan team, you don't got a Goku?
I don't.
Or
I'm not
is it
running a
just-
Saiyan.
Oh, Sagas.
Movies.
Sagas.
Movies.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, I have Gohan and I have like double Bojax and Broly. This kind of like Gokua. I ran movies mainly because the second half of the season is crazy littered with hybrids.
Hybrids. Yeah, it's a smart play. Definitely a smart play.
But
I
also,
think.
like
Oh, go ahead.
that last unique restores health by 7%.
Yep.
That's so damn good.
It is.
Yeah, that's true.
Very juicy.
Each battle twice.
Yeah,
Like what?
you just want to hope that he gets hit for less than that, huh?
Yeah. I think the most criminal unit in A tier, I have to say, and I'm honestly surprised that he's right at the very bottom, is that Red Janemba. I see him on so many regen teams. I feel like he has a really,
he's
really
annoying.
good kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. He does a lot too. Like he has like a 30% damage buff against Sagas from the movies. He has a 20% damage cut if it's from Sagas from the movies. And he also he restores his health by 15%. He has that restore 15% of damage received buff kind of thing, like where he gets hit, he'll heal a little bit of it off, and then he eats the blast. He eats a blast card, and he also inflicts the enemy with can attack. I feel like he just does so much, and he lives like he's a very sustainable unit. I feel like he should easily be in S tier. I think he would make a really big jump.
So the argument we made, and keep in mind that we did this over, I think it took us about 5 hours to make this list. So, stuff gets moved around. I think the argument on why he is an A tier is his first unique is very, very niche.
Yeah.
If the enemy is Sagas, and I mean, how many enemies are Sagas? There are not that many, especially not this season. You have a couple of Bojacks, but also need to get focused by them, or you need to focus them with Janemba. And that's why it's kind of very situational. So in a lot of cases, this unique is just out the window,
Yeah.
And
It's
his saving
understandable.
grace is his second unique that heals and has the inflicting the cannot attack. So that's why we decided, okay. And then also because I think he's not very tanky.
Okay.
So I believe that stats and the first unique would put him down there, in our opinion.
Okay.
Also,
That makes
Ultra
sense.
Goku is pretty underrated. His kit is kind of whack, like half of it, but since he is like a free unit and you can grind him to 14 stars, he has like high stats. He can be pretty damn tanky and do some damage. Also, cover rescue with the below 30% HP on a blast attack. He's also pretty damn good. I would also put him higher, like in the S realm.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean,
think,
Ultra Goku. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Finish.
No,
the
you
Ultra
first.
Goku.
You first.
Okay, I was gonna move on from Ultra Goku, but
Oh, that's fine.
I was just gonna say a couple other units that I definitely do see that could probably be maybe not into S tier, but again higher on the A tier. list is that yellow perfect cell and the first form green cell. Mostly because I guess individually I think they are good, but on their respective teams they would both be getting Zenkai buffed, right? So I think they could be pretty tanky, and they have pretty good kits, good sustainability in which they both like heal themselves, and one of them does have the cover rescue, and the other he uses his rune card, the first form cell, which in turn heals himself, and then he also puts debuffs on the enemy team. And then that Buhan can be very, very like sustainable. I'm not gonna lie, like he actually surprises me. I used him like one season on regen, and he was kind of just, yeah, he was kind of just, he was schmoving, man. He was using that bubble shield, like he was living.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what he has going for him. And it's the same for the 17 next to him. It's like they have the bubble shield, but they don't do a ton of damage, and they are not the tankiest. So if they get hit twice, you know, you're taking a hit on your points. And for the cell, I mean, yeah, he restores his own HP by 2%. That is great, but the 30% cover rescue is kind of like, again, situational. You don't want to go to below 30% because then you already lost a bunch of points, you know, in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's why he is where he is. And with the cockroach cell, I also put him on my regen teams. Like he heals, I think 10%.
Yeah.
Which is great. He inflicts the debuffs. I think it was also down to stats.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like if you look at the unit individually, because you also just, you know, you looked at them more in the context of the team, which makes sense. But as a character, you know, if you look at them in a vacuum, they're not, you know, their stats are old. Like especially that yellow cell. I mean, he released like what, 2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember, but you know, the stats are definitely not up to par anymore. Let's move on to B tier. So yeah, B tier is led off by the Transforming Trunks, Omega Shenron, and the Drip Vegeta. And yeah, we even have Krilly Billy, and we have the Red Vegito, and we have Red Kefla finishing off being at the lowest ranks of B tier. A couple of things in between. And I love to see Father-Son Kamehameha Gohan not being like broken in TOP as well, I have to say.
This is the only game mode where I would want him to be broken though.
Yeah, that's true.
He needs to be cucked and put in his place at least somewhere.
Yeah, they should have just replaced him.
I'd rather have him be broken here,
this
though.
one. Yep.
That's true, but he isn't.
But yeah, one huge disagreement on the Kaioken Goku. The Kaioken based from Goku that transforms ASAP.
Oh yeah,
huge disagreement on B tier.
Where would you put him?
Humongous.
That's not a tier.
Even Super Gogeta is on.
He's humongous
tier. The Kaioken, in my opinion, is even better than him.
Okay.
Than the Super movie Green Gogeta.
So
I feel like in TOP, the Kaioken is better than him, even though it doesn't look like it from the kid, but he really feels that way. Like undoubtedly.
Do you have any Zenkai Saiyan buffers in that team? Because you're running Saiyan, so you're running Bardock as well, right?
Yeah, only Bardock.
Okay.
And if I run Gogeta, I also have the SJF3 Goku, so it's basically fair square.
Fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. So you're saying because of his special move, you would put him higher.
He just hits so much harder.
Okay.
Like on the normal strike attacks compared to the Gogeta blast attacks, he hits harder. The only thing that's going for Gogeta is there's like no letdown because Kaioken de-transforms after the super on turn 3, and Gogeta has that no attack inflict as well. But other than that, Gogeta is way more squishy. Like Gogeta is even squishier, I feel like, than the untransformed Kaioken, and that's kind of insane.
Really? Okay. Because yeah, I believe
really
that people also said that like, Kaioken cannot take much of a hit, I believe.
Like sometimes I do 2 battles with the Gogeta and he's like nearly dead. I'm like, yup, nice talk. But the Gogeta, the Goku, he can be so damn good. He can be so damn clutch. Like he's most of the time surviving from battle 1 to the end of TOP for me. Like most of the time, he just survives through the entire thing, and I bring him every single battle. That's insane.
Dope. You also have number 1 Vegeta, right?
Yes. But I also had him with Super Gogeta, and he...
Yeah, like, fair enough. I'm just saying, you also heal...
whiffs away in like 3 battles.
Bye!
It's weird.
Alright. I mean, I think we'll also use some of that feedback, and also don't forget to comment down below, because we'll use all the feedback and rework that tier list, you know, to reflect the opinion of the community. Asdeek, any units where you say, yeah, no, hell no, they're not B tier, they're trash?
I honestly, I think all these units are pretty much garbage. I mean, except obviously there's, like, Noctis makes a good argument for the Kaioken Goku. I think that's fair. But I guess one unit on here I do like that. Okay. I don't think he's, like, amazing or anything, but he probably could be higher in B tier.
Is it an android?
It is not an android. It's actually
Surprise.
the Fury Broly. The Fury Broly, bro. Like, yeah, like, I honestly, he has, like, the most basic kit. Like, I know, like, his kit is really, really basic. Like, it's just, like, he has a damage buff against Saiyans, and then he, like, pockets one little square like Bardock does. He only pockets, like, one square for, like, 15% damage. But he performs pretty well. Like, my Sagas from the movies team is pretty scuffed. I'm not gonna lie. But I just have the double Bojacks, I have the Revival Gohan, and I had this guy on there. And, you know, they do really well. Like, even though, like, he just pockets that one square.
It's two.
And, he does two? Oh, it's
the
two right below him.
But it's
right
both below him. So if you put him at the top, you can put 2 units below him, and they both will take it.
Yeah, so I honestly think he's pretty I would say he's better than a good amount of these units in B tier.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think for us it was like he doesn't do that much damage. He has the Zenkai stats, but it's not too high. And yeah, as you said, his kit is super basic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally 2 paragraphs and 1 paragraph in the second unique, where some units have that in 1.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not about length, man. It's not about length, brother.
Yeah,
it's girth. I know.
Yeah, it's about the ocean and the motion. Or I messed that up, but still, I messed it up.
Sure.
I said it backwards.
It's okay. We learned something today. Yeah. So then we come to the units that you probably don't want to run on your team. I mean, C tier, D tier, and E tier. I don't even know. Do you want to go about it? Let's see if there's any units where you say, okay, those should be higher. Because I think all the other units, it's just like, okay, you don't want to use any of those most likely, unless you don't have a choice.
Dude.
To be... No.
Yeah, I was about to say, hell, dude, no way, bro. You ain't using these units. There's no way. I better not catch anyone in the comments using these. Or actually, I don't know what Kakarot Goku's kit is. Is he actually like a sleeper unit or no? Is he just garbage?
I mean, he has that Z ability, right?
Yeah,
but
I was going
other
to
than
say,
that,
you need to only run Goku's.
Yeah.
That's kind of awkward.
Because, okay, so he restores HP once by 2% at the second turn, but gets 10% damage. After receiving a strike or blast, he gets minus 10% to damage received and plus 10 to key recovery. Wow. On a strike or blast hit, 15% to damage inflicted. Yeah, no. And then you have to have Sun Family or Super Warriors in your team. And per ally, he gets 10% strike damage and 10 to key recovery. So it's like...
You said Super Warriors?
Yes. So Battle of War and SD.
Let's go,
rejoice.
Dude. That's sick. All right.
I better see you running that team next season.
All right. Running this man with the Super Warriors.
He only Z-bench Goku's though.
That's so stupid. All right.
Stupid. Yeah, so let's talk about E tier real quick. I mean, we have some units in there that are actually high tier opponents and trash units on your team. Like, pretty much all units that have death buffs, you do not want to run. I don't even know why there's no... where we put the future Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Oh, he's in
right
C tier.
Yeah.
Because he also death buffs, but he at least has some parts to his kit that, you know, either support or do something useful. Yeah. But, you know, the future Gohan, the Father Son Kamehameha Goku, those units are just garbage. Like, you don't want your units to die in order to buff up everybody else, so don't run them. Same for the Kid Gohan, you know, who's the most annoying opponent. You need to kill him first, because if somebody else on his team dies, he gets a free special. But you don't want anyone on your team to die, so he's useless. The Bura was born without tags, dead on arrival. And, you know, Baseball Yamcha, Pycon, come on. And then units that explode is wrong, because Android 16 is actually an SS tier, but Majin Vegeta, it's just Majin Vegeta. He's like, I don't even remember if he's debuffing your team in TOP as well, but he also explodes when his HP is below 15%, and it's just, no, thank you.
Yep.
Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Worst units. ever.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to your own team, once again, I better not see you guys using these units, man. You guys are setting yourself up for failure if you guys are using these units.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now is there anything where you say, okay, this is not cohesive, this should be changed for the entire tier list, or anything that we missed before we wrap it up?
No, I would say I'm okay with it, especially right here. These are guaranteed like hot garbage units right here, right?
Yeah, you should never bring them anywhere. Yeah. And the rest we kind of covered.
Yeah.
What we think, at least. Or what
Sounds
we
good.
play.
It's a solid
We
list,
can
though.
talk about it good.
Like, I honestly would refer people to this list, like, if they have, like, a team in mind, and then I'd just be like, okay, well, pick your tag, and then pick out some of these units from the higher tiers, and start building your team.
Yeah, and make sure that you spread your colors a little bit, or rather, check the route you're going to take. See if there are any blank colors. Like, hey, there's no green unit on there, you know? So I don't necessarily have to bring purple, but I can bring a lot of blues, something like this, you know? And see if there are any free colors. See that you have a good color spread. Since you can bring 8 units, you can bring 3, I think, of each color, or even 3 colors, 2 units, or even 4. I'm not sure, but never mind. you know what I mean. You can bring.
I got you.
Second.
On a team of 6.
Where's Ultra Vegeta?
Oh,
Am I blind?
that's true. That is a great unit.
Where is
Am I
he?
blind?
I might be blind too.
Okay, so I made this tier list on Tier Maker, and I'm not. I think Ultra Vegeta was not one of the choices there. So where would you put put Ultra Vegeta? Yeah, I don't know why Ultra Goku was there, but Ultra Vegeta was they missed it. So where would you put Ultra Vegeta then?
I think he should be at like mid to bottom S.
Yeah,
He's
I
damn
agree.
good.
I would 100% agree with that placement.
Shall we have a quick look at his kit?
Yeah, he gets blue card gauge up like 50% on the second turn or something like that. It's pretty nice.
All right, so let's have a look at this kit right here. See, this is a little bit more what looks like a TOP, ability that has more than 2 paragraphs. Okay, so he gets just a flat 40% damage inflicted and -15 to receive, which is decent every turn before receiving a strike. Okay, so he has the situational strike cards cover that you don't want to use. Second turn, 50% to damage, 30% to next special move damage, and 50% to gauge. So every other battle he's gonna super.
Yep.
That is really good.
He's damn good. Maybe he's even SS, but yeah, he's damn good though.
And then per allied Frieza Saga, he gets an additional blast damage and key recovery buff.
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
That's kind of useless because you probably want to run him on Saiyans rather than on Frieza Saga, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the team is way better, yeah.
Because especially, at 14, his second Z ability and upwards, he also buffs Saiyans, so it's like, okay, you're not running him. You're not running him on Frieza Saga. So I can see him be an S tier.
Yeah, he's damn good.
I can definitely see him there.
Like he does so much. He even saves you in like critical situations with that cover, and he can easily super. So that's damn good.
Yep. That's a fair assessment, I believe. I agree with that. All right, so that wraps up our first Tournament of Power tier list discussion. As we said before, let us know in the comments what you think the top units are, where you disagree, and why. Be constructive, because we also want to hear why you disagree with it, not just say this list is bad, but I would put this unit there because their kit has this and that stuff. And as always, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Make sure to follow all our creators. Noctis is streaming on Twitch. Azdeek has, I think, recently dabbled in Twitch, but he's more active on YouTube. And check out our Twitter, our Twitch for Five9 Gaming, our TikToks, our Facebooks, our subreddit, Discord. All the stuff will be in the description down below. And with that said, I was joined by Azdeek and X Noctis. Have a good one, everybody.
Later, guys.
See ya.